of people say that Usyk wins thanks to his spirit. Did you feel it?
I didn't feel no spirit. I felt a little bit of Christmas spirit in there, and I think he got a little Christmas gift from them judges.
Not one round, look. How can that be? That's impossible. And the same with the other judge here. They give him one round out the last 6.
In a dramatic turn of events, Tyson Fury has reportedly filed an appeal against his controversial loss in the highly anticipated rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. The bout, which ended in a razor-thin decision favoring Usyk, has sparked heated debates among fans and pundits alike, with Fury and his camp alleging significant errors in the officiating and scoring. The Gypsy King, known for his larger-than-life persona, remains adamant that the outcome was unjust, vowing to overturn the decision and restore his claim as the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world.
What do you think, truthfully?
I thought it was dead tight. I thought you was going to get it, if I'm honest.
I swear to God, I thought I won it by at least 3 rounds.
But
I bossed the fight in front foot all night, I worked for them all.
The rematch between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk delivered drama, skill, and controversy in equal measure. Held in the dazzling surroundings of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, the fight was billed as a historic clash for the ages. With the WBA, Super, WBO, IBF, and Ring Magazine heavyweight titles on the line, as well as Fury's WBC belt, this was a battle to determine the undisputed king of the heavyweight division. The anticipation was immense, fueled by the backstory of their first encounter earlier in the year, which Usyk narrowly won on points. Fury, a towering figure both literally and metaphorically, entered the ring determined to reclaim his titles and restore his pride. However, by the time the final bell rang, the judges had rendered their verdict, unanimously declaring Usyk the victor and leaving Fury visibly stunned and angry. The scorecards read 115, 113, 116, 112, and 117, 111, with Usyk's name announced as the winner. While many fans and analysts agreed that the Ukrainian had done enough to win, Tyson Fury immediately protested the decision, setting the stage for what would become one of the most contentious moments in recent boxing history. When questioned about the impact of his additional weight, Fury dismissed any negative effects, stating that he felt good in the ring and maintained a good pace throughout the 12 rounds. This response reflects his confidence in his physical conditioning and preparation, despite the defeat. The discussion then shifted to the experimental use of AI judges in the fight. Although Fury was not aware of the exact score determined by the AI, he expressed a preference for human judges, humorously advocating for more jobs for humans and fewer for computers. This lighthearted remark underscores Fury's traditionalist view on the sport and his preference for human elements in boxing.
What's next for me? I'm going home. I'm having some time off, for sure.
Are we going to see him fight again?
You might do, you might not do, who knows? We'll talk about that next year.
Let him have a nice rest.
Yes, Tyson, this is Showdown from the action. The question is, what is the difference between the last fight after 3 months private camp? What's the between the last one and this one, in your opinion? About everything, the moves, the fight, the rounds?
On the record, absolutely all. 2 losses. So yeah, not a lot.
In the aftermath of Tyson Fury's unanimous decision loss to Oleksandr Usyk, promoter Frank Warren expressed profound disagreement with the judges' scoring. All 3 judges scored the bout 116, 112 in favor of Usyk, a verdict Warren found implausible. He was particularly astonished that one judge did not award Fury a single round in the latter half of the fight, while the other 2 judges each granted him only 1 round during that period. Warren described this scoring as impossible and nonsense, emphasizing his disbelief at the judges' failure to recognize what he perceived as Fury's dominance in the later rounds. Warren's reaction underscores the ongoing debates about judging standards in boxing, especially in high-stakes matches like Fury versus Usyk. His comments reflect a broader concern within the boxing community regarding the consistency and transparency of scoring in the sport. Leading up to the rematch against Oleksandr Usyk, Tyson Fury exuded confidence, proclaiming that he was in the best physical and mental condition of his career. Reflecting on his previous performance, Fury candidly admitted that he was not at his peak, stating, "I was 40% last time, but I'm 110% this time." This declaration underscored his determination to rectify any shortcomings and prove his dominance as the world's premier heavyweight boxer. Fury's self-assurance was evident as he boldly promised to knock Usyk out in the rematch, signaling his intent to leave no doubt about the result. Known for his larger-than-life persona and psychological warfare, Fury's words were as much a warning to Usyk as they were a rallying cry for his fans.
Knock a motherfucker out. Okay. That's it. That's what me and Sugar's planning on. Getting him out of there. I did everything great last time. Didn't get it. It was a close fight. this time it's going to be a different fight. I'm going to be a different person, different fighter. 40% last time, 110% this time.
Can I ask you a question about a rumor I heard for the last camp? I heard that you didn't spar at all because you were worried about your cut. Was that true?
Not true. I did do some sparring, but not as much as I'd want to. But let's just say it there. Don't want to make any excuses, Michelle. But just let's say the real Tyson Fury will turn up on Saturday night.
Fury's reaction was swift and passionate as he vehemently declared his belief that he had been robbed. Speaking during the post-fight press conference, the British heavyweight did not mince his words, stating that the judges had gotten it wrong. Fury insisted that he had dominated large portions of the fight, landing more impactful punches and dictating the pace, especially in the middle rounds. He criticized the scoring, suggesting that external factors including sympathy for Usyk's role as a symbol of Ukrainian resilience during the ongoing war in his homeland might have swayed the judges' opinions. Fury's frustration was palpable as he called for reforms in boxing's judging system, labeling the result as a disgrace, and announcing his intention to file a formal appeal. The decision to pursue an appeal adds another layer of intrigue to what has already been a storied rivalry between two of the sport's most accomplished fighters.
AJ's a big old boy and he does his basics all right, but he is a plodder, slow, methodical man with his hands up round his face, walking forward, and he gets deterred by a couple of jabs and a bit of head movement, and he pushed him all the way. It was a very close fight, that second one. On the night when I watched it, I'd had a few Peronis, yeah, and I didn't think it was that close, yeah. But when I watched it after getting the fight with Usyk, I watched it a few times actually. It was very, very close. AJ let it give it away in the last few rounds actually. From round 10 onwards, he lost that fight. When he lost it by 2 rounds, and I class AJ as a big old plodder, a slow plodder. I reckon I could beat him with one hand tied behind my back.
The rematch itself was a thrilling contest that showcased the contrasting styles of the two fighters. Usyk, known for his technical brilliance, speed, and footwork, executed a game plan that emphasized precision and mobility. He used his jab effectively, creating angles and frustrating Fury's attempts to cut off the ring. In the early rounds, Usyk's superior speed allowed him to land clean combinations while evading Fury's counters. As the fight progressed, Fury began to impose his size and strength advantage, leaning on Usyk during clinches and targeting the body with heavy punches. The middle rounds saw Fury enjoying more success as he appeared to slow Usyk down and land significant shots that drew roars from the crowd. However, Usyk rallied in the championship rounds, displaying remarkable stamina and landing key punches that cemented his control. While the fight was competitive throughout, Usyk's ability to dictate the terms of engagement and his consistency in the latter rounds ultimately convinced the judges to award him the victory. For Fury, the appeal process represents an opportunity to challenge what he perceives as an unjust decision. In professional boxing, disputing the outcome of a fight involves a formal process governed by the sport's sanctioning bodies. Fury's team will need to submit a detailed appeal to organizations such as the World Boxing Council and the World Boxing Association, outlining specific grounds for their objection. Common reasons for appeals include allegations of biased judging, scoring errors, or procedural irregularities that may have influenced the outcome. Fury's camp is likely to focus on the scoring discrepancies, arguing that the judges failed to properly credit his aggression, power punches, and ability to control the fight's tempo in key moments. Additionally, Fury's legal team may call for an independent review of the scorecards and the fight footage to highlight perceived inconsistencies in the judging. While appeals in boxing are rare, they are not without precedent. The sport has witnessed several high-profile cases where controversial decisions have sparked calls for review and reform. One notable example is the first bout between Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield in 1999, which ended in a controversial draw despite Lewis appearing to dominate the fight. The outcry from fans and analysts led to an immediate rematch, although the original decision was upheld. Another famous case involved Timothy Bradley's split decision win over Manny Pacquiao in 2012, a result that was widely criticized and subjected to an investigation by the WBO. Although the decision was not overturned, the controversy surrounding the fight damaged its credibility. These examples highlight the challenges involved in overturning a decision, as governing bodies are often reluctant to undermine the authority of judges, unless there is clear and compelling evidence of misconduct or error. Usyk, for his part, has remained composed and confident in the face of Fury's accusations. The Ukrainian champion, who now holds all 4 major heavyweight titles, expressed satisfaction with his performance and dismissed Fury's claims of bias. Speaking after the fight, Usyk dedicated his victory to his homeland, describing it as a triumph for the Ukrainian people amid their ongoing struggles. He emphasized the fairness of the judges, stating that his strategy and execution were enough to secure the win. Usyk's focus now shifts to solidifying his legacy as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Having defeated Fury twice, he has little left to prove in the division. However, the possibility of a third fight looms large, particularly if Fury's appeal gains traction, or if the governing bodies mandate a trilogy to settle the controversy once and for all. The implications of Fury's appeal extend beyond the immediate aftermath of the rematch. The heavyweight division, already in a state of flux, faces further uncertainty as the appeal process unfolds. A potential third fight between Fury and Usyk would delay other marquee matchups, including a highly anticipated showdown between Fury and fellow British superstar Anthony Joshua. Joshua, fresh off a career-reviving victory over Deontay Wilder, has been vocal about his desire to face either Fury or Usyk. A clash between Fury and Joshua, particularly in the United Kingdom, would be one of the biggest events in boxing history, combining massive financial stakes with the allure of national pride. However, Fury's appeal adds a layer of complexity to the division's landscape, as the timeline for such a fight becomes increasingly uncertain. The controversy surrounding the rematch also raises broader questions about the state of judging in professional boxing. The sport has long grappled with issues of subjectivity and inconsistency in scoring, which often lead to contentious decisions and calls for reform. Under the current system, fights are scored using the 10-point must system, with each round judged independently based on factors such as effective aggression, ring generalship, defense, and clean punching. Critics argue that this system leaves too much room for interpretation, resulting in significant variations in how judges evaluate the same fight. In Fury's case, his team may argue that the judges overemphasized Usyk's volume punching and footwork while undervaluing Fury's power punches and ability to control the pace. Calls for increased transparency in judging, such as the use of open scoring or standardized criteria, have gained traction in recent years, and the fallout from Fury versus Usyk II could add momentum to these efforts.
I believe that I was the best I could have been. I don't think I could have done any better. Maybe if they'd have said to me, write you down in the last 2 rounds, I probably could have went out and tried to attack him and tried to get him out of there myself. But other than that, I've done the best I could, you know. He's a good fighter.
Just finish, please. Rematch, gentlemen. Thoughts?
Sorry?
Rematch, thoughts?
Yeah, you know, we just had a fight. If you can see my face, I'm pretty busted up, and he's gone to the hospital with a broken jaw, and he's busted too. So we punched the out of each other for 12 rounds there. So we're going to go home, eat some food, drink a few beers, spend some family time, walk my dog, go to the tip, and me and Frank will talk about what's going to happen in the future.
As Fury navigates the appeal process, he finds himself at a crossroads in his illustrious career. At 36 years old, the Gypsy King has achieved nearly everything there is to accomplish in boxing, from dethroning Vladimir Klitschko to defeating Deontay Wilder in their epic trilogy. However, the loss to Usyk represents a significant setback, and Fury's legacy as one of the all-time greats may hinge on how he responds. While a successful appeal and a potential third fight with Usyk would offer him a chance at redemption, Fury must also weigh other options, including a blockbuster fight with Joshua, or even retirement. In recent interviews, Fury has hinted at the possibility of stepping away from the sport to focus on his family and personal pursuits. However, his competitive spirit and love for the spotlight suggest that he is not ready to hang up his gloves just yet. Michael Benson, a respected voice in boxing reporting, broke the news on Twitter, stating Tyson Fury and his team will contest and try and appeal to overturn their scorecards against Oleksandr Usyk after he lost 116-112 on all 3 scorecards. They believe that the scorecards were bloody horrendous. The fiery language from Fury's camp underscores the intensity of their dissatisfaction with the judge's decision. Fury's team has cited several reasons for their appeal, the most prominent being the alleged incompetence or bias of the judges. The 116-112 score across all 3 cards has been described as a travesty by Fury's promoter, who argued that the judges failed to account for Fury's dominance in the middle rounds and his superior ring control. In addition to the scorecards, Fury's camp is reportedly scrutinizing the officiating during the bout. Claims of inconsistent rulings on clinching and alleged fouls have further fueled their case. "It felt like everything was stacked against us from the start," a member of Fury's team told reporters. "Tyson was the aggressor, landing the cleaner shots, and yet the judges saw it differently." The fight itself was an intense chess match between two of the sport's finest heavyweights. Usyk, known for his technical prowess and impeccable footwork, managed to outmaneuver Fury in key moments. However, many observers noted Fury's sheer physicality and ability to land significant power shots as the fight progressed. The discrepancy between what fans witnessed and the judges' final scorecards has left a sour taste in the mouths of Fury's supporters. Appealing a boxing decision is notoriously challenging. The governing body overseeing the fight will review Fury's submission, which is expected to include video evidence, expert analyses, and possibly testimonials from respected figures in the sport. Historically, overturning a decision requires undeniable proof of error or misconduct, which Fury's team believes they have. Promoter Frank Warren has been vocal in his support for the appeal. "We owe it to Tyson and the fans to fight this injustice," he said in a statement. "This isn't just about one fight. It's about ensuring fairness in boxing for everyone."
119 to 1.
118 to 112. Your thoughts on AI judging fights in the future?
By the review of that, absolutely. Here's one. Call the computers. Keep the humans going. More jobs for humans, less jobs for computers. And electric cars too while we're at it.
Oleksandr Usyk, who now solidifies his position as the top heavyweight in the world, has remained composed in the wake of the controversy. In a post-fight interview, Usyk stated, "I fought my fight and the judges did their job. I respect Tyson Fury, but I believe I won decisively." Usyk's team, however, has dismissed the appeal as sour grapes. His manager remarked, "Tyson Fury had every opportunity to win in the ring. Appeals don't change the fact that Usyk was the better man that night." The boxing community remains divided. On one side, Fury's passionate fan base argues that their fighters' efforts were undervalued by the judges. On the other hand, Usyk's supporters contend that his performance was a masterclass in strategy and precision. The fallout from this appeal could have significant implications for the heavyweight division. If Fury's appeal succeeds, it would likely mandate a trilogy fight, further delaying other potential megafights in the division. Fighters like Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, both of whom are vying for a shot at the title, may have to wait even longer. Conversely, if the appeal is dismissed,
the scorecards were correct? Did you think the scorecards were correct?
I win. It's good. I don't know. I'm not judges. I'm sportsman. I'm athlete. It's not my deal. I win. Thank you.
Usyk's victory could pave the way for a unification bout, with the Ukrainian champion seeking to cement his legacy as one of the all-time greats. Fury has always prided himself on his undefeated record, and this loss, whether controversial or not, tarnishes that legacy. As the appeal process unfolds, the boxing world will be watching closely. Will Fury's team succeed in overturning the decision, or will Usyk's victory stand? Either way, this controversy highlights the ongoing issues with boxing's scoring system and the need for greater transparency and accountability in the sport. The veteran promoter called for greater accountability in judging, expressing frustration not just for Fury, but for the sport as a whole. "Decisions like this hurt boxing," he said. "Fans can see what's happening in the ring, and when the scorecards don't reflect that, it damages the credibility of the sport." Despite his disappointment, Warren acknowledged that the result could not be changed, but urged the boxing community to address these issues to avoid similar controversies in the future. While the debate over the rematch's outcome continues, Warren's remarks echo the sentiments of many fans and experts who were equally shocked by the judges' scoring. Teddy Atlas provided a passionate analysis of Oleksandr Usyk's victory over Tyson Fury, highlighting Usyk's exceptional ability to adapt and win under any circumstance. He acknowledged Fury's improvements in strategy, particularly his use of the ring to control the fight better than in their previous encounter. Despite this, Atlas emphasized that Usyk's mental toughness and winning mindset set him apart. A key turning point was the 6th round, where Usyk rebounded after a loss in the 5th, dominating the subsequent rounds to maintain control of the fight. Atlas underscored Usyk's consistent work rate, noting that his higher punch output outclassed Fury's more sporadic efforts. He praised Usyk's legacy, stating that while the Ukrainian champion may not excel in any singular physical attribute, his well-rounded skill set and unmatched mental fortitude place him among the greats of his era. Reflecting on Fury's future, Atlas remarked that a potential fight with Anthony Joshua could still captivate British fans, though he personally felt it lacked its former excitement. He concluded by by commending the loyalty and enthusiasm of British boxing fans, humorously suggesting that their unwavering support is a dream for any promoter.
Oleksandr. I got plenty of them wrong, but you know, that one I felt very strongly about, just like the first time. Usyk knows how to win. He'll find a way to win. He'll find a way to win. And I thought Tyson would be better, and he was better. He was better. Give him credit for that, because he kind of fought the game plan that I kind of suggested that he should, instead of just moving around the ring and letting Usyk boil him down with the pressure like he did the first time. He set himself. He used the wingspan. He set himself where he made Usyk earn his way in. He wasn't getting pushed all over the ring.
However, Atlas pointed out that while Fury's visible tactics were impressive, they might have overshadowed the subtle yet highly effective strategy employed by Oleksandr Usyk. From the very beginning of the fight, Usyk's plan was to apply relentless pressure on Fury. This pressure was not always about throwing punches, but rather about constantly moving, positioning himself advantageously, and creating opportunities to land meaningful shots. Usyk's approach required immense stamina, discipline, and tactical acumen. His ability to maintain a high level of pressure while avoiding Fury's significant power punches showcased his exceptional boxing IQ. Usyk's footwork, head movement, and ability to make adjustments mid-fight were crucial in neutralizing Fury's advantages. By constantly applying pressure, Usyk forced Fury to work harder defensively and offensively, which over time could lead to mistakes or openings for Usyk.
Of course, the great Usyk, and they're both great. But what I mean by the unseen is you might have been seeing the jab and the rounds and the rhythm that were being put away for Fury, but you weren't seeing what the pressure, what the plan was with Usyk. He was, from the first bell to the last, he was putting pressure on. He was putting pressure on.
That's all from this video. Stay tuned for more boxing updates.